Today, the Gundalow Piscataqua is in Dover, helping to celebrate the Woodman Museum's centennial season. We spoke with Captain Matt Glenn.
A gundalow is basically a cargo barge that in this region connected these different towns at the top of the tide. Early settlers needed a boat to travel, and we have one of the fastest tidal currents in the country. When the tide is rising, you can ride it coming upriver. That's what we did today. When the tide is falling, you ride the ebb current back down, and you can move a big load of bricks or lumber or whatever kind of produce you have on a flat-decked open boat like this. So a couple things that are unique about gundalows in this region, things that make them recognizable as Piscataqua River gundalows. We have a really flat bottom with a very shallow draft, a little less than 3 feet. We have a lee board that hinges down on the side that allows us to sail a little better and steer a little better. And then we have this rig. We have what's called a stump mast right here. This is one big white oak tree. And the stump mast for a 64-foot boat is really quite short. It's only about 22 feet off the water. But then there's a yard that's 60 feet long. Right now the yard is about horizontal to the water. So that yard can be raised up and down to get under bridges. The boat you're standing on is a recreation of one from 1886, the Fanny M, and that one was built at Adams Point in Durham. This replica gundalow was built in 2011 and built from the same drawings that the Captain Adams was built, but with a little bit of a different philosophy. We were trying to build a boat that could take people out and actually see the rivers, whereas the Captain Adams always did dockside programs. So that one had no engine on it, and it was towed from place to place with a small volunteer crew, and then would open up for programs for kids or for the adults. With this new boat, we have an engine, we have Coast Guard certification for up to 49 passengers.
Dover Teen Center got a chance to sail down the Cocheco River.
Take over here.
These young adults got to try their hand at piloting the Gundalow and to see just how things work. They also learned firsthand about teamwork when raising and lowering the mast.
So everybody's going to pull together. I'll say Gunda, you say low, and low you pull. Gunda!
Low!
Gunda!
Low!
All right, I'll say go, you say Chico. Go!
Chico!
Go!
We're so happy to be able to bring the gondola down here as part of our 100th anniversary. Again, I want to welcome you aboard, and I hope you have a great trip. And if you got any questions about the museum, there are other trustees here, and all I can say is welcome. Thank you.
Another trip down to Cocheco featured a narrative by local George McLaris.
This rock right here, this rock is known as Dead Man's Rock. Now, the reason why it has a colorful history. When the white man first came here and settled, the Indians lived on this side of the river and the white man occupied that side. And there was a white man that went over and he traded with the Indians and he cheated the Indians. So he was chased by horseback from their camp off of Henry Law Avenue, where they were camped. By horseback, they chased him and he jumped off that ledge with his horse. He got killed in the jagged rocks below that ledge. So the Indians referred to it as White Man's Leap. Later on, the schooner and Gundalow men and the sailors that came to Dover changed the name from White Man's Leap to Dead Man's Rock. And that stuck. Dead Man's Rock stuck.
All in all, the Gundalow Piscataqua visit to Dover was a memorable event.